Alrighty, welcome everybody. Boy, we have the all-star CBS crew today. Brad Nessler and Bill Raftery, man. What a way to open up to 2026. How is everyone? Herbert, Skylark, let's go. This game it was just late to start. It was 3:54, I think, is the technically the tip-off, even though it says 3:45 because college games never start on time. Welcome in everybody. Happy Saturday here on this third day of 2026. Which Duke team is going to show up today is going to be the big question mark. Once again, we're favored by double digits here. Apparently 15.5 points is the spread here. Florida State 7-7 did not fare so well in their first ACC outing against North Carolina, dropping that game and also dropping a significant number of other games. Actually, what is it now? They are, hold on, I had this on my stat sheet here. Lost 7 of their last 8. No, having lost 6 of their last 8 here. The Seminoles managing to put up around 84 points per game, so they definitely can score, but they also give up about 78, so maybe a game in the 80s today. Archangel, welcome in. Great to see you. Whoops, I just stepped on the dog's tail. That was not good. Duke averaging almost 90 points per game and holding opponents to 68.5. That is the stat that has actually been a bit of a bit of worry, I think, for Duke fans is like before this last 3-game stretch of like seeming disaster, the Lipscomb, the Texas Tech, and then the Georgia Tech game, we were holding opponents to like in the 60s or like between 60 and 62. So in just 3 games, we've added between 6 and 8 points to the average, the defensive average. So we're definitely falling off in that regard. I'd be interested to see where the Ken Pom defensive efficiency has fallen for Duke. As well as we were one of the top teams in that. I think that's probably fallen off as well. We got to guard the 3-point line and box out and everything. Yeah, the Seminoles do rely on a guard-heavy lineup here. 41.7% from the field, 31.3% from 3. Also, of course, coming off the Georgia Tech game, they hit 7? I think it was 7 3-pointers in the first half. Between 7 and 9, something like that. And then, yeah, Florida State also averaging around 38.6 rebounds per game. We've been decent at that one. We actually ended up in the plus column on the rebounding margin there against Georgia Tech. But, yeah, we got to see. I mean, first ACC road game, obviously, especially for the freshmen. So, but again, favored by, 15.5. We'll see how it goes. I'd be very, and of course, then Tuesday we have a game at Louisville, which is the next game on the calendar, which is currently ranked number 16. I'm not exactly sure who Louisville plays today. Let's take a look. Most of the ACC is in action. Let's see. Do they play? Of course, now my internet's not loading. Let's see. Louisville today. Nope, actually they played yesterday. Oh wow, they actually got beat by Stanford yesterday. Interesting. They played Cal. Oh yeah, they beat Cal on Tuesday. Welcome the new year on the West Coast. Then got beaten by Stanford 80-76. So Louisville will go home on Tuesday, like go home to play a home game on Tuesday, having just lost an ACC game. That's a very, very dangerous game coming up on Tuesday, but we have to get through this Florida State one first. So let's see. Yep, welcome in, Nick. I got now is looks like everybody's catching up, or we're all catching up here on the. Yeah, can't wait to chat about the Sun Bowl. The Sun Bowl was great, folks. Look, I think we've been very tough on Manny Diaz and Darian Mensah this year, especially for how much was paid out. But I gotta say, you know what? The money was worth it. I kept saying, like, if you're gonna pay $3.5 million, you better win around 10 games or so. They got 9. They got 9 plus the bowl win plus the ACC championship. That's like a bonus that we certainly weren't expecting. Plus, then they beat Carolina, of course, and then beat all the other North Carolina schools. And so, you know what? The $3.5 million I think was worth it. I think was worth it. And we're probably gonna, we're gonna pay him his second year of the contract too. So we keep going, but we're underway here in Tallahassee as Duke manages to completely scuff the first possession, and Gungba did get a shot off, but it basically resulted in a turnover of sorts. It was deflected out of bounds. Good interior defense by Duke on the first defensive possession. The first 3 for Florida State is good. And that's an auspicious start for the Seminoles, as it looks like we'll see how many more of those they can manage to hit in the first half, and if this game is going to go the way of Georgia Tech or not. So Caden picks up his dribble and gets stuck, has to get it to Gungba, now back to reset the offense here. Isaiah Evans almost travels with it. Now they're going to play the high pick and roll and give it to Gungba, who's going to push it off to the corner to Cam. Off to Caden. Nice extra pass. Foster gets it off just before the shot clock goes off, and Foster manages to answer the three-point shot. Good ball movement by the Blue Devils on that second offensive possession. That looked a lot better. Now let's see defensively here how this goes. Bringing Brigman out of the paint, actually. Here's Florida State. Oh, that should be a turnover. Caden on the floor. Gungba on the floor. Isaiah Evans comes up with it. Duke pushing. Now Foster, a 1v3. Gives it back to Evans. Evans in rhythm. Way too long on the three-pointer. Cam Boozer can't come down with that rebound, and it's back out to Florida State. Actually, that looked so much worse in transition. That's a clanker from in transition from Florida State there, number 10. And that one, that was LeJay Jones on that particular one. The transition offense looked much worse when Caden wasn't running it. Caleb Foster dribbles himself into 3 Seminoles, and then now back out to Caden, who gets it. I don't even know if that was deflected or he just lost the ball. Either way, it's a turnover. Here's Jones again for 3. Gets that one after missing the first. And now 6-3 as both teams trading 3-point shots. So again, looks like that's a travel. What? That's a double dribble? I don't know exactly what they called there. All right, so either way, it's a turnover. I think it was a whatever the 6-7 motion is, double dribble. Oh, good length by Gungba to deflect the interior, or the pass over the top rather. That's a turnover for Florida State. Now 2-2 on turnovers. That should be out on Florida State. As we had a mismatch down there, that was McCray trying to guard Cam Boozer. We were trying to exploit about 6 inches worth of mismatch on that one. Wow, 54% of Florida State's shots come from 3. It's Louisville and Florida State. This is a wide open shot for Evans in the corner, but he can't hit it. Offensive board, Duke, maybe? Yes, Evans, nice pass to Cam down inside. Good extra dribble. That should have been a foul, but he finishes anyway on the inside. 5-6, Blue Devils. We got to stop wearing the black uniforms. The funeral uniforms, I feel like, yeah, the problem with the black uniforms is if you use them too much, then they get they're like overused, right? Like, oh my gosh, Florida State hits another one. That's Somerville for 3. 90% of this dude's attempts are 3s. Okay, and we got a foul inside. Well, I guess it's going to rain 3s early and often. So there's that. Extend that out nicely there. And Evans. Oh, sorry, I was distracted there. Distracted rearranging my scoreboard. Okay. So Evans hits that. It's 8-9. Malik Brown in the game now. And there's a rare 2-pointer from Florida State. It goes there 11-8. So we have a torrid pace here in the first half. We are on pace for a 40-point half as Caleb Foster can't hit the three. At least Florida State is on pace for a 40-point half. Actually, a little more than a 40-point half. It's more like 45 as we've hit the under 16 time of the first timeout to catch our breath here for a sec. Yeah. Archangel saying that one of his Christmas gifts was the Duke ACC title shirts. Nice. Okay, yeah, the win against Virginia. Yep. I say I was the Sunbolt shirts aren't as like they're like okay, but obviously the best shirts are the Pop-Tarts ones. If we had done Pop-Tarts ones, I would have definitely gotten one. Those are very, very well designed. I wasn't not too enthused about the Sunbolt ones. They don't look like very unique or anything. I guess is my issue with them. Yeah. New Killer saying Duke just needs to get back in rhythm at some point. We've been off rhythm for a minute. Just need to get back to it. I mean, yeah, we've been off rhythm for what seems to be like 3 games, and I mean, at some point, like, yeah, you gotta get back on rhythm. Like, hopefully, the fact that you now play 2 games a week gets you there, but like I don't know what else to get you back on rhythm. Like you don't have like any you don't have any cupcake wins, right? You can't just like pay someone $1 million to come in, play you, and give you a win to like basically have like a like a real practice or something. So you're just gonna have to do it on the fly, basically. But yeah, I mean, if we can't get it in gear, the Louisville game is going to be big because that's like one of the few ranked ACC teams. Them, Virginia, Carolina, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good opportunity to pick up another quality win. When you think about the quality wins, we lost the opportunity to pick one up against Texas Tech. We definitely are going to need one. Picking up one against Louisville would be big. And we need someone besides Cam to be consistent. Oddly enough, we've basically gotten away the entire season without like having somebody else be that consistent. Like it's Cam's kind of carry us. Evans has had a couple good games, and there's been a couple people with like low double figures, 10 to 12 kind of points. But yeah, that whole like second player needs to emerge is like still a thing. I mean, might as well get the third player to emerge too while we're at it, right? The interesting thing about Florida State being 7-7, I suppose when you shoot 54% from 3, like you're gonna live by the 3 and you're gonna die by the 3. B Raven's at work and can't watch the game, but he's got the stream. Welcome in, Raven. Getting ready for your big game tomorrow against the Steelers. It's gonna be a Sunday night football one. Got 2 football games coming up today. Actually, we got Panthers Buccaneers. I got a big good friend who's a Panthers fan, is obviously rooting for his Cats there. And then the Seahawks and the 49ers. I got a lot of Seahawks friends from my time in Seattle, so that'll be a fun one this evening. Back at it here in Tallahassee. A lot of passing around the perimeter for Florida State, and Somerville dropping another one from 3. I don't know if like, I guess you just like, do you live with this? At some point, do you just like press even harder and just like live with the 2, like give them up the 2s? Like I don't know. So Caden here going to give this to Dame Sarr. Dame Sarr hits a 3 from the right wing. Okay, I see you, Dame Sarr, who didn't like actually had a pretty terrible game. Let's be real, against Georgia Tech. I'm pretty sure that there was a moment in that Georgia Tech game when I was like, all right, that's it, like cut him off, and then like, oh, there's another 3-pointer from Florida State, McGee. And John Shire pretty much did cut Dame Sarr off. Like that was the end of Dame Sarr for that game. So hopefully that's over and back. Okay, that's a turnover. So man. Why is everybody shooting almost perfect to start the games against us? Cam and Pat, I should say, Sar hasn't been the rim attacking guard he was advertised. Oh, that's an offensive foul. Yeah. All right. Well, he just drew an offensive foul, so that's good. Because Duke shows up with the black jerseys, I guess, and is like, okay, well, we're gonna have our best game of the season. It's our Super Bowl, and so, I don't know, man. A lot of empty seats in the stadium, though. Amenia in the game now. We didn't see much of Nick actually. Oh my God, maybe that's why he just gives it right away as he was trying to get it to Gungba. But that oh boy, that pass was more telegraphed than. I'm trying to think of a good analogy there. It's like going back and using Morse code, man. Oh, we thought about it. Good closeout by Sar there, and actually, that's a pretty smart play by Pat Gungba. That is a high IQ play to take that ball that was going out of bounds and hit it off the Florida State player. See, I don't know if they're showing this graphic about the slow starts. I don't actually know if it's like a slow start problem or like a fast start on the up. Like we just give up a fast start on the opposing team. Like it's not necessarily like I don't actually think that the offense is so bad. It's just that like the defense doesn't seem to like have being like ratcheted up until like at least 8 or 10 minutes into the game. And so like you have these opponents that are just racking up points on you early. And I guess it looks like a slow start, but like slow start insofar as we're behind early. But I actually think it's more like allowing opponents to have fast starts when you're just like, I don't know, you're just kind of there. I mean, apparently we can't even hold on to the ball. Like, I don't know what that was on that possession. That's a travel. Yeah. There's like 3 people left that like couldn't hold the ball in this possession. Hamenia almost loses it. Then it gets deflected again and winds up in Foster's hands. Gongba can't catch it. Then it like goes out of his hands. The problem is, it's the turnovers early. Like right now, you have 5 turnovers in 7 minutes of play. Right, this was a problem against Texas Tech. It's a problem against Lipscomb. It's the early turnovers, and so you allow teams to get like out in front of you quickly. Yeah, Boozer has no points yet so far, but finds a wide open Caleb Foster who can't manage to hit that. Hamenia real tough with the offensive board that winds up in the lap of Gungba, who goes in and gets it right underneath the basket for 2, 17-13. Here, as Somerville has picked up his second foul. While Florida State has now played 3, 6, 9 players. Here, Duke only 8 so far, sticking to the 8-man rotation. Another 3 on the way. Decent, good defense there, actually, but offensive board to Florida State as they reset, now running off the 3-point line. Good interior pass. Good recovery by Gungba, except we're going to give it an and one because he's in the restricted area, so he can't do that. That's Alex Steen. We didn't have those unforced overs early, and our offense was crisp. Lately, it's been too unselfish at times. Yeah, it's another swimmingly good start. Yeah, man. So the old-fashioned 3-point play is good. It's 20-13 here as Florida State continues to pour it on, and Duke's still trying to find some offense. Full court press from the Seminoles as Dame Sarr gets tripped. Oh yeah, almost traveled, but they're gonna call a trip here. It could be a bit of a flop, honestly. Skylark missing last year's team already. I have to say, I didn't really. I didn't really miss last year's team very much until, like, 2 weeks ago. And Dame Sarr managed to hit another one from the left wing. And that's 6 for Dame Sarr. I think to lead all Blue Devils, actually. Yeah, with 2 threes, we got a cheap foul away from the ball. And we'll have a TV timeout here as we've ticked under 12. So 20-16, Florida State with the ball when we come back. And as you can see, the three-point shooting percentage for the Seminoles, 71%. And the just straight up field goal percentage is 70. So it looks very much like the Georgia Tech start, almost identical actually to the way that game went. Do we have the pup cam on today? There he is. Freshly groomed, looking spectacular is the pup. What's up? Yes, buddy. Yes. Mr. Amazing, come the hell on, Duke. Let's go. It is, yeah. It is tough sledding, folks. Let's go. Let me pull up the stats here. I mean, it looks like, I guess our guys have oh, we don't have official stats. Okay. We don't have the good stat tracker. I know, listen. Does Florida State have it? That's a question. Hey, bud. They do not. All right. Well, we're gonna have to go spin, I guess. The pup gets very, very comfortable. Where's Harris been? Not a lot of playing time. No worries, Mr. Mason. That's the one who hasn't played yet. I was like, who in our 9-man rotation has yet to play? It's Darren Harris. That reminded me. Trying to think back to no, it was the Lipscomb game that he got good PT in actually. Looks like KU is actually down. Wait, is this legit? UNC is currently down 16 to SMU? Is that real? Looks like UVA won by 15. UNC losing by 16 at the moment. Kansas losing by 3. Just kind of around the horn. So Florida State inbounding here as we resume play. 11:49 to go. Duke trying to get it in gear here and not fall victim to the ACC road loss like its Tar Heel counterpart. Dame Sarr with some good defense there with the deflection. 7 seconds on the shot clock for the Seminoles. 3 on the way, no good. Weak side rebound there by Foster. That was that Bassong? Yeah. We have another foul there. That'll be the 6th foul on Florida State with 11:25 left. But not that the 1-and-1 really does us any good. Yeah, Darren Harris didn't play much Georgia Tech. I mean, we really closed off the rotation against Georgia Tech. It's like when the games get tight, we like really close down the rotation a lot. Oh, there we go. Sorry, that was off there. Duke baseline inbounds over to Foster. Could get it to Cam if he wanted to. He's going to get it to Sarr, actually. Looks like Sarr getting extended play time instead of Isaiah Evans at the moment. Caleb Foster, nice swing pass to Homenya, who's got 3, but that's way too long. And Caleb Foster gets taken out of the play and can't get the rebound here. Florida State pushing in transition, gets it right outside to Bassong again. In and out from the 3. And Gungba down with the board, and Duke pushing, going fast, actually. The pace of play is really accelerated. Get it down low to Cam Boozer, who gets the double team, and Cam will get his first points of the afternoon. So 18-20. Boy, he had to fight through 2 Florida State players for that one. I think Darren Harris is ready to check in. Or actually, no, that's Caden, I think. 3-pointer no good from Florida State. Nice rebound there by Caleb Foster, who keeps his dribble as he goes to the ground. And Duke coming back. Oh, nice cut. Oh, Dame Sarr should have just taken that to the rim. I mean, you got a base, you're cutting baseline. That's the whole point of it. Ooh, Cam Boozer gets rejected down low. And out in transition, Florida State can't get it, but the cleanup by Steen is good. Did Virginia Tech beat Wake? I'm not sure, actually. We'll look in a second. Hamenia looking for options, going back to Gungba. We got a little zone of sort. It was a bit of a matchup zone. No, just man-to-man here, right? Florida State. Foster looking for the high screen and roll. Not there, actually. They're going to force it. No! Why would you do that? It's not there, Caleb. It's not there, and you force the pass anyway, and it's a free 2 points for Florida State. Oh my God, we saw that coming from a mile away. That was so bad. Oh my God, wow, I don't know where that shot came from Cam Boozer. Somehow he just like threw it at the rim and it went in. That is crazy. Duke getting ready for a full line change, basically. 4 Blue Devils, Harris, Malik Brown, Evans, and Caden all getting ready to check in. And we have yet to have a whistle here. And great hands by Hamenia, who gets the steal intercepted in the passing lane. Hamenia going to take it all the way, and he's going to get fouled. That'll be the 7th foul on Florida State as he misses the shot. And we'll go to the free throw line for his troubles. Where? Yeah, let's see. Full scoreboard. Let's see. So Carolina's going to drop. Georgia Tech's going to beat Florida State. Wake Forest gets Virginia Tech by 3, and Clemson beats Pittsburgh by 5. So Wake gets, Wake beat Virginia Tech by 3. There we go. All right, Hamenia gets them both. So we're 100% at the free throw line right now. Everybody take a picture, take a snapshot of us being 100% at the free throw line, because it's probably the only time you're going to see it today. Harris into the game now, along with Evans, Caden, Malik Brown, and Gungba. Honestly, I thought the other lineup was working pretty good, but the guys need a rest, so here we are. Good defense here by the Blue Devils. 3 on the way here for Florida State. Oh, that connects. All right. Wow, 27-22. Florida State still hot. 55% from beyond the arc. 6 of 11. Duke only 4 of 10. Caden trying to around the corner. No, gets that rejected by McCray, who just blocks it, and then they turn it over, actually. So right back to Duke. We reset the offense here. It's basically a wash as we have teams exchanging turnovers. Around to Caden, now to Evans, looking for some space, trying to go around a Gungba screen. That could have been a chicken wing, but not called. Malik Brown, wow, snuffed from behind, actually, by Jones, who gives it up, and this is a 3 now, short. And that's going to be a rebounding foul on Miles from behind. Wow, Florida State had a real opportunity there to put this thing up 8. Luckily, it stays 5. I did not just jinx this on free throws, okay? I'm merely stating the fact that we will not, that this will be the only time we have a 100% free throw shooting percentage based on how terrible our free throw shooting has been in the past. If anything, I'm trying to reverse jinx this out of the poor free throw shooting. Yeah. So there you go. Why is our 7-foot center constantly on the perimeter? Well, I think it's because we're trying to run everyone off the 3-point line, basically. That's the, let's see. So what are we thinking here, folks? I think we got a 1-and-1 coming up for Isaiah Evans. Or at least is one of our best free throw shooters. Which is not hard, actually, to do on a team that's this bad at shooting free throws. Darren Harris has been in the game, but his thing hasn't updated. I'm not sure exactly why. Oh, oop. He's got minutes, but no points there. No, don't try the reverse jinx. Just don't say anything. All right, well, we'll see about that. Cover. There you go, bud. You're going to take a nap, afternoon nap for the dog. In the middle of a Duke game? How dare you? All right, so here we go. Florida State, 7 fast break points. Yeah, that's the Duke turnovers, man. 6 turnovers apiece. Cam Boozer only has 6 points. He's got 3 of 4. What's his you got one underneath. Can't remember his other one. One shot he just kind of put up was like a prayer. The other one he got in the double team. Where the 6 came from. Nick Dow, the commentator's curse is an inexact science at best. It's wise not to try to invoke it deliberately. Ah. Our transition defense does suck. Actually, I mean, the problem is it's kind of hard to play defense when like you turn it over and they only have to go halfway down the court. And so like I guess it's technically transition, but it's like but boy, is that it's like you're like sprinting only half the court, man. Evans has the first. And he's got the second, so we remain 100% from the free throw line, as I have not jinxed it. And Duke going into what looks like a zone with 3/4 court pressure here. The 3-2 or the 3-2. It is a bit of a two. Now we're gonna hand it off now. Back into man, actually. Oh, good hands by Cam, and now it results in a turnover here. Aiden brings it up the floor. Duke's going to play half court here for a second. Chance to tie if we get the 3. If we're so obliged, except we get it down low. There's Cam. Nice, easy 2. Great pass from Malik Brown. And Duke trails by a single point, 27-26. I mean, despite the way that this game has gone here for Florida State early, we're only down a point. Somerville asking for help here, asking for a screen. They do get the switch. Now it's Somerville on Cam. Not sure that's the switch they wanted. They try to pass it down low. Malik Brown with the hands, and oh my God, they're going to call him for a foul. Come on, man. That's not a foul, man. That is good hands by Malik Brown. There's a difference. So Florida State to inbound from the baseline here. This is McCray coming up over the top to Wiggins. Back to McCray here. McCray trying to go right on Darren Harris, and we have a touch foul. Wow, 2 fouls in the same possession. That's the 4th one on Duke. The first on Harris. Florida State will inbound yet again. Oh, no, they call that a shooting foul. Okay. All right. All right, makes the first. And misses the second, so a 2-point margin here for Florida State as Duke is trying to tie the game and or possibly take its first lead of the afternoon. Does not let at all here. 6:20 to go here in the first half. And they're just going to clear it out for Cam. One-on-one against, is that Sheen? Nice inside pass there to Caden. He gets it stripped. We got a jump ball. Who has the possession arrow? Florida State. It's a turnover. I hate seeing Duke struggle like this. I still got PTSD from the pandemic year. That was a particularly bad one. I don't know if we'll be that bad. Yeah, that was a particularly bad one that I've tried to erase. That whole Jalen Johnson saga was a disaster. Oh, great swing pass outside. Darren Harris is lost on defense at the moment, but Duke has somehow managed to recover. Malik Brown misjudges the block, and Harris gets called for a foul. Damn, Harris has 2 fouls here in many minutes. Man, I don't know. That is a loose ball that Darian Harris is just fighting for. Like, I don't mind the foul at all. Just let him play it out, man. Oof, Malik Brown with a poke out on Steen there. Sten, I guess. Sten. McRae with 8 seconds on the shot clock trying to make something happen. Malik Brown just tosses Sten into the pick and then switches it. So, Wiggins for 3, up over Dame Sarr as Florida State extends back out to 5. Ooh, trying to go over the top. Malik Brown, easy 2. Nice pass. McRae being played by Foster here. Dame Sarr was late on the defense, but what? That is a clean block, man. Malik Brown blocked the heck out of that. Are you kidding? What? They called a foul because the dude ended up on the floor? I mean, he just got the heck... got his face stuffed. Of course he's going to end up on the floor. Block was clean, man. That is BS. That's 2 fouls for Malik Brown. So I guess it'll bring Gungba back in. Gungba's got 1. Both free throws for Somerville. That gives him 10. Florida State back up to 5. Despite the fact that Florida State has like 8 fouls, Duke hasn't really managed to take anything from the charity stripe. Evans with a quick 3. Oh, he makes it. Wow. What a quick shot. Quick release there by Isaiah Evans. Back to a 2-point game. Needs some defense here. Somerville faked the long 3. Working on Dame Sarr. Stan now driving on Gungba. Has to give it back up. Jones trying to go left on Gungba. Good D so far by Duke on this possession. 12 seconds to go. Oh my goodness. Jones blows right back past Gungba and gets to the rack. Boy, that was an emphatic dunk. Foster, kick it out, kick it out, kick it out. That's a foul on 1. Yep. As Cam Foster will go to the free throw. Cam Foster. Cam Boozer will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. What a great extension by Jones, honestly. He's got to get all the way around Gungba. Gungba didn't even go up for the foul, but Sorry, well, try for the block. It probably would have ended up in a foul. And the Duke free throw shooting streak does not end, actually. He makes the first. And will it end here? No, actually, 6 for 6 for Duke from the free throw line so far. As Cam goes to the bench for a rest, which means we're playing small ball. Not putting Malik Brown back in. Yeah, we're going 4 guards here, boys. We're going Hymenius, Sarr, Caleb Foster, Isaiah Evans. That is, well, okay. Take the little rim roller there. Just kind of died on the rim and went in. I didn't think that was the right shot. I thought the pass was there for the alley-oop, honestly, at Florida State. They were going to get 2 either way. And we got another foul on Florida State. That'll send Isaiah Evans to the free throw line. That should be a double bonus. And we are at 3:55. Duke 33, Florida State 37 here. It's okay. Our best free throw shooter, Isaiah Evans, is going to go to the free throw line and keep the streak alive. 8 for 8. Doesn't even have the pressure of having to hit the first one. So yeah, so right now, Carolina lost 83-67 to SMU. That's good news for us. But we need to kind of pick it up here. If not, we're also going to end up with a loss. Clemson with a 2-0 start to the ACC, 73-68 over Pittsburgh. Actually, it would be kind of huge to win this game because we'd go up to 2-0. Go up to 2-0 with both Carolina and Louisville having a loss. Huh. That would definitely be good. Trying to look at who else is. When's Miami play? There's no games tomorrow. I guess Miami doesn't play till Tuesday or Wednesday rather against Wake. They have an early bye week. Interesting. Big curious schedule for Miami. Anyway, okay. Cal shouldn't have won last night. ND versus Cal last night. Oh, was horrendous. Ref calling a shooting foul on one of Notre Dame's players who didn't touch him. Okay, so I saw this video, and apparently this the ACC has reprimanded Shrewsbury, who's the Notre Dame head coach. Okay, so where? Well, let's take a look at it at halftime. Yeah, Irish's Shrewsbury reprimanded. ACC publicly reprimands Notre Dame coach Micah Shrewsbury. We'll take a look at the half. That's such an interesting one. So, okay, the net rank, 1, 2, 3. So we are 5, actually. We dropped a place after that, yeah, after the Texas Tech loss, I guess we dropped a place as Gonzaga. 4-1 versus Quad 1. That's our Texas Tech loss right there. Evans makes the first. Evans with 9 points so far. Actually, Cam Boozer with 10. And he makes that, so he's got 10 as well. So Duke's still perfect from the free throw line, 8 of 8. As Duke still trails by 2 here, 37-35 with 3:50 to go in the first. A little bit of foul trouble for the Seminoles, who now have 10 points, 3 on Somerville, and oh my god, that's gonna be the second foul on Gungba, man. Oy, oy, oy. See, this problem is like when somebody like goes out of bounds like that, it's like, and you're guarding them so close, it's like the ref obviously is going to be like, well, you pushed them out of bounds. That's, if not, they wouldn't have gone out of bounds. And he missed the front end of the 1-on-1, so it's effectively a turnover. So we trade a foul for a turnover. This might not be a terrible trade depending on the outcome of this possession, actually. Evans setting a high screen and trying to get it from Foster. He does. Good ball denial by Florida State. We cannot get the ball inside to Cam, and actually Dame Sarr's 3 is so bad. Oh my god, why would you foul there? Isaiah Evans, man. You're 50 feet from the basket. Oh my goodness, man. 1-1 here for Florida State. And it can't hit that one. All right, so Florida State has missed the front end of 2 1-1s. It's effectively a turnover again. And let's see if the trade a foul for points here. Kind of a turnover. You didn't even have to play defense. I mean, to get a foul, though. Here's Evans for 3. That looks good. Nope. Actually, it's too long. That was an opportunity to take the lead. Still 37-35. Now you got to play the full defense. Set. It's Miles. Kick out to Jones. Caleb Foster with the closeout. Jones in and out. Front rim. Sarr with the rebound. Foster bringing it up the court. Duke trying to go baseline. Wow, he almost gets stolen. Cam Boozer. Hemenia was down low in the paint. Cam Boozer now trying to drive in. Wanted the foul. Couldn't get it. Rebound to Florida State is now in transition again. Good defense by the Blue Devils in transition. Maybe not, actually. Chancey Wiggins gets 3. So Foster was calling out that defensive... man. Foster was calling out that defensive assignment, and then... maybe, I guess that should have gone the other way anyway. Wait, who's Phoenix's center, Mista? Another game, another 40 points given up in the first half. Yeah, actually. I did say that at the start. We were, like 4 minutes? We were 5 minutes in, and I was like, well, we're on pace for a 40-point half, because it was like Florida State was like 11-10 or something like that. It's like a little more than 40 points, actually. It's like somewhere like 44. Three-point field goals this season, 32%. Tonight, 8 of 15. 53%. Wow. Somehow we're shooting 23% better. Over the top to Boozer. There's the double team, and he stepped on the end line. Oh, my. Man. Gets it just too low. Okay, so... it's a foul when we push their guy out of bounds. But it's not a foul when they push our guy out of bounds. Okay. All right. Florida State looking for options here. That's going to be a really tough shot. We'll take that one by Maluk. And it's still 40-35 as Duke can't get off 35, actually. Sarr going to try, and he will hit. Dame Sarr's got 3 3-pointers, kind of keeping Duke alive here. Oh, that's a moving screen. Offensive foul by Maluk there, and that'll be a turnover. And another opportunity for Duke to tie or take the lead if we can manage to get out of our own way. Sarr with a A+ acting job. Okay, Boozer trying to go over the top to Gungba, who loses it, now has to go back in, and the spin move there with the finish. 40 all here with 70 ticks left in the first half. Can Duke go into the locker room with a lead? Maybe. Boy, after this first half that Florida State has put on. Eight, 7, 6, 5. Trying to turn the corners for... Wow. I don't even know how that went in, man. That's crazy. That should have been blocked. That is crazy. Florida State trying to execute the 2-for-1. I think they'll have it, actually. Depending on how this goes. Isaiah Evans over to Caden, over to Cam, back to Caden. Caden going to put it on the deck. Thought about getting Sarr. Actually goes up top to Gungba. 42 all, timeout Florida State to set up the final play of the half. Can't wait till Darren Rippey steps on campus. Isn't that the one who just committed? Right? Yeah. What? So the quick timeout here by Florida State to set up the final play. Let's see what they come up with. Dame talking to Shire about something there. I don't understand why the power rankings has a 5, but when you look at ESPN, at Duke and ESPN, it's a 6. But the power rankings aren't actually how the teams are ranked, right? The teams are ranked by the ESPN or the USA Today coaches poll, and that's the ranking that shows up on the broadcast. Power rank. I'm not even sure. Like, I guess ESPN just comes up with power rankings. I don't know. That 3's off by Florida State, but they're going to get another shot at it. Oh, I think that was deflected. Good D there to end the half by the Blue Devils, and 42 all is where we will end it. Pat Gungba has stepped up his game, but Malawach has definitely missed. Yeah, indeed. I always liked the two, like the combo of Gungba and Malawach, honestly. I thought Gungba was like really, really good last year when he did play. Really high energy. He's been that way this year too, though. To be fair, I mean, hasn't really dropped off. I wouldn't say. Looks like Kansas did go down. Okay, let's look at this ACC publicly reprimands Shrewsbury. ACC publicly reprimands Notre Dame coach Micah Shrewsbury. The ACC has issued a public reprimand of Shrewsbury following an incident between Notre Dame and an official at the end of the Fighting Irish lost to Cal on Friday. Had a 3-point lead in the final seconds, but Logan Imes was called for a foul on Dai Ames, while Ames made a 3-pointer. Wow. Ames completed the 4-point play, and the Golden Bears held on for a win. Wow, that is a terrible way to lose on a 4-point play. At the final buzzer, Shrewsbury charged after official Adam Flory, but was intercepted and held back by players and staff before he could get to Flory. Declined to speak to the media after the game. I'm pretty sure this is a fine. I'm pretty sure coaches, you have to speak to the media. Like, this is a requirement. So what? Oh, man. Oh, this is the one. This dude just comes right after him. He was gunning for it. Like, here's the ref. The ref doesn't even flinch, man. Look at the ref. He doesn't even flinch. He just had no idea. His own players have to, like... Is this a cow? Like... Or is that just some guy standing at the end of the bench? Where does he come from? Oh, it's just like I think it's a Cal player. Oh, it could be an Irish. It's one of the two. They're wearing similar. Yeah, it's a Notre Dame player at the end of the bench. Great catch by the Notre Dame player. Yeah. This year's Duke team hasn't even hit its ceiling on offense or defense yet. I mean, yeah, that's true. The question is, how long is it going to take, right? I mean, we're halfway through the season, especially by, like, certainly by the time, if it hasn't happened by the time the ACC championship rolls around, we're like, okay, now we're in real trouble. Then you say, well, will this team actually ever hit its potential? Imagine if that was the wrong ref. I have a feeling that it definitely wasn't. Like, he was definitely eyeing the ref, like, from the start. Like, he knew which way he was going, man. Yeah, so 42 all here. Duke 14 of 27. Florida State 15 of 27. It's pretty even on the on the shooting percentage, honestly. 6 of 14 from beyond the arc, 8 of 17 from 3 for the Florida State Seminoles. I mean, they did hit the ones early, and then they kind of slowed down a bit. The 3-point percentage still 47%, though, 43 for Duke. Duke making it up at the free throw line, +4 in the number of makes. Remember, Florida State did also miss the front end of 2 1-and-1s. So in reality, this is 4 of 9. Florida State looking like Duke, actually, in his free throw shooting. Definitely aiming to go to the Cal versus Duke game if it's in. Oh, it's in my backyard, Mr. Mason. That's awesome. I don't have one this year. The SMU game would be the closest one, being in Dallas, and yeah, that would have been. But I think that game's in Cameron this year since they played at SMU last year. So yeah, Duke with the 100% free throw percentage, 14 rebounds to 13, so it's pretty even on the rebounding, 3 offensive boards apiece, 12 assists on 14 makes. That's nice to see, actually. A lot of assisting there, and 10 for 15 for Florida State. The steals, which is where the turnovers, 8 per side, so all even for the in the turnover department, but the fast break points really in favor of the Seminoles, 10-4, and points in the paint even across both teams. 11 fouls for Florida State, only 8 for Duke. A little bit of foul trouble here. Let's take, I think it was Somerville, who had 3. Yeah, that's Somerville there. Martin Somerville, number 1 for Florida State with 3 fouls, 10 points, and actually Chauncey Wiggins with 11. So on the Duke side, it's Isaiah Evans with 10, Cam Boozer with 10, and Dame Sarr with 9. Sarr has had a nice game today, hitting 3 3-pointers. Go to the box score here for a second. Coming off the bench, 13 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. 5 assists for Cam Boozer, actually only 2 rebounds. Kind of interesting stat line there, where he's only gotten the 2 rebounds, but he does have 10 points so far. And that's what I was going to look at. What were the ones that... The Cam Boozer ones that I always got 3 of them down low. Oh, as a Malik Brown assist. Okay. Oh, Cam Boozer at 16:44. This is really early in the game. Trying to look at wondering what because I thought Cam Boozer had more points than I thought. Oh yeah, okay. Then the teardrop one. Got it. I do remember that one now. Layup on the Gungba assist. The jump shot. Okay. What are some of the halftime adjustments that I would make? Boy. I gotta think about that. Interestingly, the strategy really has been to run these guys off the 3-point line. You've seen this with the bigs too. The bigs are also playing out. Basically, the bigs are playing beyond the 3-point line. Like Gungba has been out and around the 3-point line a lot of the afternoon too. I'm trying to think, if you take away their they got off to a hot start, but then they definitely cooled off. They're right now at 8 of 17, 47%. I might give them the 2s and make sure they just can't beat you from the 3. Who needs... Foster with only 3 points is having a bit of a bizarre game. He's got 3 points, 2 rebounds, but he is one of the primary ball handlers. I was going to say, you might actually want to give Dame Sarr more PT in this game. He seems to be have a hot hand, a hot hand that normally doesn't have a hot hand. Then I'm trying to think who would you take out? Evans is also hot, so you'd leave him in. I don't know if you have Caleb Foster. I guess you could swap him out put him in for Caden, and then continue playing Evans, Sarr, Caleb, Patrick, and Cam. I'm not sure. I would not try this. I would not go to the zone. Okay, so I do like the zone. I thought it was pretty good against Georgia Tech, but I don't know if I would use it in this game, honestly. I think it's a good change of pace, but the problem is that if a team can really shoot, then you can shoot like through the you can shoot the zone to pieces. It just didn't really work against Georgia Tech because I feel like they were way overachieving from 3. Shire, please don't be an idiot and play. Oh, okay. It took me a second to read that, Skylark. Uh, that sentence construction is a little weird. You're missing a period or basically play Sar because he has the hot hand. So we seem to be in agreement on that. He's also played decent defense, which is kind of a rarity for Dame Sar, to be honest. I haven't really seen good defense out of him outside of today. So if he can still like, obviously I think you're gonna come up with the same lineup, like starting lineup that you did in the first half. So you're probably just gonna have Cam, Patrick, Evans, Caden, and Foster. But I would bring in an early sub for Sar. I mean, Caden's got 0 points. Got 3 assists. Was actually second on the team to his brother, but he does have 3 turnovers. Now the question becomes, okay, so the possession arrow should be in Duke's favor because we had 1 tie-up and it went to Florida State, so the possession arrow should be Duke, so we should start with the ball. So coming out of halftime, who do you go to? You have been able to throw it in over the top. Like, we have been able to get down in the paint behind the Florida State defense. Cam Boozer has had success there. Gungba's had success there. Most recently on a pass from Cam Boozer, actually. You might want to go to Cam here. You might try to get Caleb Foster going. I mean, he's only got 3 points, but he's been playing some decent defense. Sar's not going to be in the game on the start. So, yeah, my guess here is, or you try to keep riding. You have an Isaiah Evans 3-pointer. I would get my guess is going to be it's a Cam Boozer play. I mean, he only has 10 points. So they probably want him. I mean, Cam's going to need 20. Evans is going to need 15 to 18. And then you're looking at either, I mean, Caden needs to score. Either Caden, Caleb, or Sar needs to continue. Like, Sar needs to continue, or you're going to need Caden or Caleb. So you're either going to get another 2 3-pointers from Dame Sar, so you can have 15, or Caleb Foster's really going to have to get it going, and he's going to have to go from 3 points to like 12, okay, in the second half or something like that. Then we also have the football game going at this time. Kind of interesting. We can switch over to that too. Oh yeah. Oh wow, it is raining in Tampa. Is it really raining in Tampa? That's crazy. I was gonna say it is not raining here in Miami. Also, Emeka Egbuka going no gloves in the rain is a questionable choice. You take away FSU's threes and ball movements, you stop their consistent scoring, settle for their jump shots, and always take away their threes. Yeah. I mean, you definitely would prefer a long range 2 to a 3. I mean, statistically, you would definitely do that. Shout out to SMU who beat Carolina for sure. So the question about like, yeah, somebody needs to step up on offense. Like, So I mean, I obviously I agree, but like, what do we consider stepping up? Like, is it like, does it have to be like consistent 15 points per game, and then we say, okay, that person stepped up, or like Dame Sarr tonight has stepped up. He's got 3 3-pointers. That's well above what he typically does. I mean, it's sort of like an aberration, right? Here's the shot to Evans, who tries to go straight on, and it misses, but Gungba comes down with the offensive board. It'll be out on Florida State. So I was wrong. I did say Evans was a possibility for these first points here in the second. So I almost got it. Here's Evans for 3 again. Yep, he's going to be good on the second one. And Duke has its first lead of the game coming out of halftime, 45-42. All right, boys, let's lock and load. So that first one was definitely first play to Evans here to get him going. Now let's see if the second one is to Cam. They're going over the top. Ooh, Isaiah Evans does get enough of that actually to save the 2 points. Wow, a little bit of just ringing it around the horn there. And there's a turnover by Florida State. What a pass to Foster. Oh, Foster gets it rejected. Cam Boozer in the right spot, but no. He's on the end line there with the right foot. It's like 10 to 15 consistently. Yeah, okay. All right. Damn. Okay. This one by Caleb Foster is so interesting because if he had let the ball go, it's goaltending. I mean, he's on his way down. He is beyond the peak of his jump, on his way down, and gets blocked. If he were to just let the ball go, it's technically goaltending. That is wild. But because he's trying to dunk it, I mean, which he should, it's a block. I guess if the player is going down, oh, nice pass by by Boozer to Gungba, and yeah, that's a foul there on number 10. What a weird little quirk there that because because he still is holding the ball. So Pat will go to the free throw line here. What's going to happen? Oh, he's going to make it. Wow, 9 of 9 so far. Could you imagine? So far, so good here. And he's made it. It's 10 of 10. Somebody was working on free throws over the new year. It's a 5-point lead for Duke, 47-42. Somebody's been in the gym working on free throws. Good defense by Gungba here. Good closeout by Caden. That was on Somerville. He's got 3 fouls. This one over to McRae. Oh my God, that's a cheap foul, man. He got blocked. That's the first one on Cam Boozer. Yeah. No, Skylark's power went out. Uh-oh, gotta use the phone now. My data's still working, yeah. McRae makes the first. And he makes the second, so 47-44. Florida State picking up 3-quarter court. Duke handles it very nicely. So, man, some of these passes are just like, are we actually going to catch them? Gungba now trying to look for an opportunity, look for an option. It's Caden with 7 seconds on the shot clock, initiating offense. Caden going to take it himself. He gets fouled from behind. Yeah, I got hit pretty well, so that'll be free throws for Caden. That is the 4th on Somerville. Bit of a weak foul, honestly. He does like really hit that right hand then, though, that shooting hand, but I guess so. So Caden at the free throw line makes the first. Okay, 11 of 11. We're all hanging on here. And he makes it 12 of 12. Imagine if we had, like, if we were shooting our typical percentage and we, like, missed 4 of them. We would be up by only a point. It's incredible how much of a difference that makes. 49 to 44. Especially in this close of a game. Cray. Ooh, the swipe by Boozer is not effective. Cray goes off the glass here, 49-46. Boozer going to step into a 3. It was in rhythm. And then Gungba just throws Sten right down to the floor on the rebounding action. Oh, no, actually. We're going to keep it. All right. Apparently, the rebounding foul was against Florida State. Aiden gives it to Gungba. Should be an easy 2, and it is. Right under their basket. Didn't have to do much work for it after catching it. It's an assist to Caden. Very nice, very nice. +5 here for the Blue Devils. 51-46. 3 minutes down in the second. Duke so far winning the first 4 minutes of this half. McCray going to go for 3. Wow, he's going to hit that one. All right. So Florida State with the answer there. And Boozer, they bring the double team. Nice pass, except it's intercepted. Good idea, poorly executed. McCray driving in transition, trying to go up over off glass, can't get it. Steen does get it back through the hands of Boozer. A 3 on the way for Florida State. They've hit another one. All right, so much for winning the first 4 minutes of the first half. I totally jinxed that one. Plus, it's an easy 6 here for Florida State and a flush for Evans as Duke reclaims the lead. Man, it's crazy how quickly teams can just get right back in the game. Let's go bang, bang. And it's gonna another 3 on the way. No, that's a offensive board for Florida State there. Bad box out as Chauncey Wiggins cleans it up for the Seminoles. 8 quick ones here for the Seminoles. Wow, they have flipped the game. What was a 5-point Duke lead is now a 1-point Florida State lead. Evans trying to go way too difficult. And the rebound to the Seminoles here. That was bad offense by Duke. Another 3 on the way. Yep. Wow, we just got blitzed in the last minute and 30 seconds, man. And it's a 4-point Florida State lead. This is crazy. Caden with the finish. Wow, it was like we were like holding back the dam, dude. 3 3-pointers. Florida State. McCray now dancing on Boozer. McCray with the right hand and in. Florida State all of a sudden can't miss. Has hit his last 5 shots. Cam going to try to put it on the deck. Gets fouled going into the rim. Wow. We were +5 in the first 4 minutes of this half, and in the last 90 seconds, they completely flipped it. Oh, man. All right. That was wild. Watching the football game here on the side while we're at commercials. Oh, it looks like back to the Bucks actually. Crazy how it looks like it's pouring in Tampa, and like it is a beautiful day here in Miami. So yeah, not a great start. Second half as we find ourselves down 4 yet again. Oh yeah, big weather just came down top to bottom. Actually, it was raining in Tallahassee too. Wow. What's up, bud? We were doing so good, and then you fell asleep on me. Oh, yeah. All right. This is going to be a painful game, but folks, again, favored by 15.5 points. And never underestimate road games in the ACC, man. Pesky Florida State team will not go away. We have Cam Boozer here with free throws coming out of the timeout. And what are we going to do? And he makes it. Still perfect. And he makes them both as Duke stays perfect, which is crazy. I mean, we are staying in it from the free throw line. Imagine if we were like, oh man, I don't even want to think. But like FSU has no stadium pull. Yeah, there's like, the stadium is like a 2/3 empty. It's crazy. Even for Duke. Even when Duke showed up. I guess the students aren't quite back yet, though. Classes probably don't start. Well, classes probably start Monday, actually. Foul on Duke there. Florida's taking a side out of bounds. It's 15 seconds on the shot clock. Duke doing really good defensively, having Florida State all the way back to mid-court. And Florida State's going to turn it over. It's an easy one for Foster if he wants it, and he will lay it in on this one. No block this time as we tie it back up to 59. Long cross-court pass here by Florida State. Good transition defense by the Blue Devils. Good help by Malik Brown. No. Jones with the spin move there. And 61-59. Understand why Duke just can't get back in transition, man. Isaiah Evans for 3. That's a big one. 62-61. Like Hamenia getting ready to check in. Interesting. I was gonna say we haven't seen much of Dame Sarr yet, but he is in the game right now. Haven't seen much of him in the second half. I should qualify that. Good defense by Evans. Good defense here. And now we got a mismatch. They're going Wiggins on Foster. Wiggins actually deflected. Blocked from behind by Malik Brown. Great help defense. 62-61. 1.8 on the shot clock. Wow. What a beautiful block by Malik Brown coming in on the double team from behind. 1.8. Florida State. They're gonna have to go long. No, they're gonna go right to Wiggins. Oh my! But there's nobody put a body on him. Oh my God! He just lays it in easily off the glass. What? We just fell asleep completely on that inbounds play. Foster to Evans. Evans going to go for three again. Yes! That shot looked good when it left his hand. He's got 2 3-pointers. He's basically did what Florida State did. Oh, no. No. That's... Okay, McCray here is out of control. Like, oh, the power's back on. Nice. If you... Not that one. Not that one. This is a nice 3-pointer. McCray here is dribbling out of control into Caleb Foster. I don't really agree with this. Wiggins for 3 straight on short. And actually Malik Brown down with the rebound. So finally Florida State misses. And Duke with an opportunity here. 65-63. Meanwhile, Bryce Young is going to find a wide open receiver. Caleb Foster can't finish. Malik Brown can't finish. Now Caleb Foster again with the right hand. Still can't get it. Malik Brown still can't get that. Now another offensive board. Kick it outside. Oh, we can't. Goes off Florida State. And now it's blocked by Brown. And Dame Sarr with the fancy dribbling gets it up to Isaiah Evans. Now back to Sarr. Go to the rim. Oh my gosh, they have Menia to Foster. Foster for 3. It's a big shot if it goes, and it does! Wow! So Duke, we had 2 points on that side, blew it. Florida State was going to score on this side, blew that. And now Duke answers with a 3. What a huge sequence. Duke by 5. It'll be a tie game. Instead, it's Duke by 5. Wiggins, nice extra pass. Duke just running her dudes off the 3-point line, which is what we needed to do. Rather give away the 2 there than the 3, I suppose. Oh my gosh, Hamenia to Foster now. We catch a breath for a second. 11:31. Next whistle will take us to the media timeout. Evans to Hamenia. Oh my God. That's an acting job. Evans for a push-off, man. What is this? I mean, this is pathetic. I mean, that's an offensive foul apparently. That's an acting job. Man, that is so bad. Ugh. Too sleepy? Too sleepy. Freshly groomed pup. So Duke +3 here in the second half. But still holding on to a very tenuous sort of lead that seems to be going back and forth. We did see Cam Boozer on the bench for a good part of that 4-minute stint. I assume he'll be back on the field, back on the court. Got 12 points in 25 minutes here. And so far, Duke remains perfect from the free throw line, 14 of 14, needing every single one of those free throws. I think so. If we had 70% like our, if we had 70% like our season average, that would be -4. We would be losing by a point right now. Yeah. Yeah, Skylark, I've definitely followed Lax. It's a lot of fun. Have they started this? Have they started their season? I mean, we're always really good. All right, Cam trotting back on the court here. Evans hasn't come out of the game yet. 11 points in the second half. Talking about people stepping up. He's got 21. Evans has stepped up for sure. Dame Sarr in the game. Caden, Evans, Sarr, Cam, and Malik Brown are your 5 Blue Devils. And this is Somerville playing point here for Florida State. He's got 4, actually. Bit of a zone right now for Duke. That 3 is short. Cam Boozer down with the rebound. Gives it up to his brother Caden. Duke pushing in transition. Sarr to Evans, back to Sarr. Sarr going to put the ball on the deck. Trying to get stripped. Trying to go to the rim. He brought the ball too far down, man. And Florida State almost lost it. Dribbling. Duke back to the 3-2 zone. Here. Bit of a different look. Gonna get it outside to Jones for 3. That's off. Evans with the rebound. And so Florida State's missed the last 2 shots. Duke has to capitalize right here and right now. Aiden over to Brown. I think they're trying to get it down to Cam. And that is deflected by Somerville out of bounds. So Duke with a side out of bounds here. To Caden. Screen by Evans. He does get it, and he gets fouled at the 3-point line. It's an interesting foul. That'll be the 5th foul there for Florida State. That'll be a foul against Wiggins, his first. I need a 3rd scorer. Okay, now we're asking too much here. We need a 3rd consistent scorer. Evans coming around the screen again. He's open. Takes an extra dribble. Could kick it out. Tries to get it to Malik Brown. Gets it out to Caden. Caden's going to have to take the 3 in and out. Gives it back to Malik. Off the offensive board. A bit of a broken play, but Duke manages to capitalize there. 70-65. This is the opportunity right here for Duke. Okay, we'll take that 2-point shot. We'll also take that defensive rebound, and we'll clear this. This is it right here. This has to be it. Duke's got to open up the game right now. Evans brings it up the floor. We're going to do 20 seconds on the shot clock here and set up the offense. This is it. This is the big possession. You do not need a 3. You just need to score. High percentage. Here we're going to Cam, and we're going to clear out the left side. It's 1-on-1. Cam versus McGee. Cam trying to go to Evans. Evans, this is big if it goes. Evans in and out. Damn it. He was alone. That was the right play, man. Somerville going to cock and load. Sorry. Fire from 3, but no good there. Sarr is going to take it himself. No, actually, he'll get bailed out by a foul. The Zebras give us the benefit of the doubt. Today it's Patrick. Pat Gungla with 10. I mean, it could be Dame Sarr, too. Dame Sarr going to go to the free throw line right now. Not a very good free throw shooter, though. But he will make the first one, so 15 of 15. It seems that the make their free throws is contagious. He makes them both, so we'll take that as a score. So Duke has opened up a 7-point lead here with 8:54 to go. Okay. These next 4 to 5 minutes are huge. This is where we blew it against Texas Tech. Oh, great deflection there. And it's a turnover by Florida State. And we're going to go Dame Sarr for three. Yes! Dame Sarr for three, and the wheels are coming off here for Florida State. Timeout for the Seminoles. 75-65 as Duke is pouring it on right now. Today it's actually Dame Sarr who's got 14. Look, Cam Boozer actually has 12. It's Isaiah Evans with 21. Dame Sarr with 14 and Boozer with 12. The stat line looks a bit backwards, to be honest. Our three-point shooters have just been pouring it on today. Florida State challenged us to a three-point shooting contest, and we have obliged. We say, sure, here you go. I'm watching the Tampa game also on the side. It's like Mayfield, and it's a bit of a mess with all the rain. It's actually kind of hilarious. Mayfield and Tucker just slammed into each other. Oh, Mayfield just lost the ball as he tried to throw it. Man, it is so wet. All right, this is good. I said the next 5 minutes are critical. Did they take away a point here? Was that a 2 by Dame Sarr? Let's see. I guess it was a 19-foot. Okay, I guess it was a 2. I thought it was a 3 by Sarr. I thought it was a 3. Who's winning the CFP? Miami. Miami is going to win it. Is the Falcons win against the Saints? It doesn't matter if the Bucks win again. The Panthers will still get in. Yes, that's true. If the Falcons win, correct. It is always better though to like, yeah, I guess the Bucks don't quite control their own destiny in the sense that like they do still have to win. Because the Panthers swept the Falcons and the Falcons beat the Buccaneers once. Like Dame Sarr's foot, yeah, was just on the line there. Still, the Bucks can't get in if they don't win. Certainly. So Bucks have to at least give themselves a chance, right? Carolina can still back its way in, essentially. 19-6 scoring run for the Blue Devils here as we're up 9. It's a big moment here in the game. We've seen Florida State get back into this quick, right? They hit 2 threes in the earlier, and they found themselves back up by 5. They only have 2 points in the last 5 minutes. Credit that some of this 3-2 zone that Duke has thrown at Florida State. The change in defensive look has really bothered the Seminoles, and we have a touch foul out near the ACC logo as Dame Sarr will pick up his first. Mister, I don't have an NBA team, man. It's just college for me. I watch the finals, but otherwise, or like the playoffs rather. But otherwise, Malik Brown almost deflected the inbounds pass. We've seen him do that before this season. Good defense here by Duke. They've got 12 seconds for the Noles. Here's McCray for 3. Oh my gosh. See what I mean? He just puts it up over the top of Cam Boozer's with the outstretched arms. I mean, we've seen Florida State go bang, bang, and then get themselves right back in it. McCray's got 15. Wiggins has 18. Somerville's got 10. He's been tempered somewhat by the foul situation. Sarr, again, gets it outside to Foster. Kick it out to Cam Boozer for 3 here. Was just short. And now an opportunity here for Florida State, down 6. Sorry, no, down 7. I guess McCray's shot was also a long 2. Okay. And we are 7:26 to go. TV timeout. I guess that one was also a 19-foot jumper. 21-foot jumper. Okay. So not quite. Not quite. What's up, buddy? We're going to go on our walk after this game, all right? So Duke clinging to a 7-point lead here. So what would be if we look back at what our predictions were at halftime? Said Isaiah Evans with 21. Cam Boozer actually has only scored what, 2 points this half? I think he had 10 and 3. 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists in the first half, I think was his stat line. So he scored only 2 in the second half. He's up to 8 assists. Crazy enough, this could have been a triple-double for him. He's got the 8 assists, only 4 rebounds, though. So he's going to have to come up with 6 rebounds in the next 7:26 in order to come up with this triple-double. Duke, 20 assists on 24 made baskets. That is actually incredible. Like almost 80%. Only 13 turnovers, so and 12 for Florida State. So it's actually 5 turnovers in the second half for Duke, 4 in the for Florida State. We were tied at 8 turnovers each in the first. All right, we got to win these next 4 minutes. Let's go. Yeah, Duke not missing a free throw is the difference in the ball game, oddly enough, because it's 16 of 16 for Duke, 6 of 9 for Florida State. We are plus 10 in the free throw department, and it's a 7-point margin. That is crazy. Our free throw shooting is actually helping us, man. We would be going nuts if we were missing free throws, though. Because this would be a game that got away if we were missing free. I mean, we still might, right? Still plenty of time. 7:27 to go. Still plenty of time. Florida State with the ball, getting it inside. Duke staying in this 3-2 zone. McCray trying to go around Gungba, and the ball gets poked out. So a turnover for the Seminoles here. That'll be 13 even across the teams. Duke gonna take this deep into the shot clock, probably. Evans coming around the flare screen. Can't hit it. Gonna be a big shot, man. Man. So Duke still plus 7. Florida State, here's McCray putting it on the deck. Hands it off to Sten. Good defense by Gungba. Beautiful defense by Gungba. No foul called, and that'll be a block. Another opportunity here as we get Evans. Gets bumped. Ooh, stays in bounds somehow. I don't know. That was close, but the ref was right there. So The ref was right there. I mean, if he went out of bounds, he would have gotten bumped. Cam Boozer trying to go in and will get fouled and go to the line. Does the free throw streak end, chat? Does it end right here? Boy, I hope not. 16 of 16 on the line. Yeah, season average 70%, currently shooting 16 of 16. Oh, that's it. There it is. I mean, at least go 1 of 2, man. Yeah, 1 of 2, so 75-67 here. 6:23 to go. Now in a 1-2-2 that's going to go back into a 3-2. Okay, a little bit of an amoeba defense here. A little morphing around. McRae back out looking for Wiggins, who's had a nice afternoon. They do get it to him at the ACC logo. The turnaround jump shot is right where you want it against his zone. He's got 2. It's 20 points for him. Good find by Florida State, honestly. That was well executed on the offensive end. Trying to feed it back to Cam Boozer. Gets it outside. Nice extra pass to Sarr. And there. And so the predicted lineup, actually, of Sarr, Foster, and Evans, with Caden going to the bench, accurate as far as how we play it. We'd only be up 2 points if they were shooting 70% from 3, but just a moment ago. Well, if we were shooting 70% from the free throw line, and he missed it, but it's a rebound by Gungba, and it'll be deflected by Florida State, and it'll be saved by Florida State. So Duke now missing free throws. That was a miss on the front end of the 1-and-1. That was a quick take by Florida State, but it was deflected by Duke. That never hit the rim, but I guess shot clock and McGee is going to hit it. And wow, so Florida State gets a 3. And now we're at 75-72 off the free throw miss. Timeout. That's what happens when you miss free throws. Man, now back down to 3, man. It's crazy. As many as 7. Brutal. Good timeout, but just brutal. Unranked Florida State teams have had some success against highly ranked Duke teams. Indeed they have. And of course, Duke, who hasn't made a field goal in 3:24. Florida State went on a 5-minute drought, and now Duke is having a drought of its own. Let's see if we go back to Cam here. We've put Caden back in the game, so we have our starting 5, and we are going over the top to Cam. And it's Gungba to Cam. Give Gungba the assist, and right to Cam Boozer. That was a well-drawn-up play. Oddly predictable, but it worked. The 3-2 zone stays, and Wiggins with another turnaround jump shot. That's long. We'll live with it. It's about a 50% success rate, so we'll take it. Florida State misses that. Duke stems the tide, and let's see if we go to that play again. I mean, it was there. We should. Let's try to do it again. No, they're going to deflected. 4:36 to go. Duke by 5. Come on, boys, hang in there. Got 5 minutes to go. No, sorry, 4:30. I want to see us go right back to this Cam Boozer play. I don't like it worked off of the inbound, like off the timeout. Gonna try to get it to Evans. Yeah. Oh, Evans is gonna step into a 3 here. Florida State got lost. Florida State just left him wide open. Oh my goodness. Staying in the zone here as we tick. We should tick under 4 on this possession. Wow, can't hit the wide open 3, man. That's going to haunt us for a while. Here's McCray going to go up over the top of Foster, going to get fouled. The wide open Evans 3, man. Oh, we have a timeout. See, Caleb Foster doesn't need to foul, or he doesn't need to go like leave his feet, because he's got Gungba behind him who is gonna block that. If you do not leave your feet, you will not call that a foul. Damn. .357 with Florida State at the free throw line. Florida State's McCray at the free throw line when we come back. Let's take one final look at the stats here as we go down the stretch. All Florida State has to do is go +6 in the final 357. They've hung in there the whole way. Duke 25 of 50, shooting 50% from the field. Florida State 27 of 52. Duke making 10 3-pointers. Florida State making 12. And Duke 17 of 19. They missed 2 free throws, but 1 front end. And Florida State 6 of 9, having missed 2 front ends there. 29 rebounds to 23 for Duke, so +6 in the rebound margin. 21 assists on 25 makes. The most recent one, a Gungba to Cam Boozer bucket. 8 steals, 7 blocks. Wow, 5 blocks for Florida State too, and 9 steals. These teams have been taking it away from each other. It's 13 turnovers for Florida State, 14 turnovers for Duke. 16 points off the turnovers for Duke, 14 for Florida State. Pretty close, pretty even there. 10 fast break points for the Blue Devils and 13 for the Seminoles, and 26 points in the paint, all even there. And we find ourselves up 5 in a battle here. Cam Boozer having a modest game today. 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 15 points. Isaiah Evans leading the way for the Blue Devils with 21, actually leading all scorers. Chauncey Wiggins with 20 for Florida State is the second highest scorer in the game. And McCray will take 2 on the shooting foul. So here we go. The crazy thing is, like, Florida State being down by 3 after these free throws, it's like the way that they've been making threes, man. 46%. Crazy. McCray is a 70% free throw shooter, makes the first. 68.5. Against Duke, plus 25% free throw shooting. Playing Duke, it's like a buff in a video game. Playing Duke. Oh, he makes them both. Of course he does. Of course he does. So now Florida State only trails by 3. And they bring the pressure here. Let's see if they come out of it or not. Will Duke take the full shot clock or not? Let's see. Those are Florida State's first free throws of the second half. Maybe their second free throws. Evans is open. He's going to drive it. Nice. Great take by Isaiah Evans. I thought he was open for the three, but instead he decides to put the ball on the deck and just go to the rack. The veteran move by Isaiah Evans as Duke takes a 5-point lead yet again. There's Wiggins again on Gungba. We're in man-to-man right now. We got fuck. What? Foul? How, man? It's just a lot of bumping down. Like, not a foul, man. They're bumping bodies. Like, let them go. Come on. His season percentage is 100%? Wow. Is he not just taking many, or is he really like... Dude hasn't missed. All right, so we're just trading free throws for 2-point baskets, I guess. Makes them both, so back to a 3-point game. I mean, this just puts a lot of pressure on your offense to keep scoring. Florida State almost got the turnover there, but Duke breaks it. See if we can get something down low. If we're looking for Cam, we are. Florida State's going to bring a double. Yes, they will. Gets it outside. Nice extra pass. Foster for three. It's a big if it goes. It does. Beautiful look out of the double team from Cam Boozer to Caden. I guess the hockey assist off to Foster. Duke by 6. 2:43. Oh, that's a kickball. It's a kickball. Okay. Wow, Foster with a great finish to that possession, man. He now has 11. He had 2 points in the first half. He's got 8 in the second. Sorry, 9 in the second. Yeah, McGee run him off the 3-point line, and he will score for 2. I'm surprised the refs didn't give him another one. 4-point game. Both teams just trading back and forth. Can take it under 2 minutes on this possession if we choose. Evans for 3. That was a quick shot, but he got it! Wow, just catch and shoot. Timeout, Florida State. Wow, dude does not need to make every game this season like the 2019 Louisville Cardinal. I know. Well, I guess we weren't actually down like what 21 points, so it's not as bad. What a play by Isaiah. I mean, Caleb Foster with a huge 3. Isaiah Evans with another huge 3. Wow. Isaiah Evans with a 26-point game. Cam Boozer with 15. Dame Sarr with 13. Caleb Foster with 11. But I have to say, folks, the defense has not been there today. We are averaging holding opponents to 68 points per game. And before that, before this latest run of 4 games, it was in the low 60s. This is a Florida State Seminole team that just put up 80 on us. Nuh-uh. The defense isn't there, man. It is just such a quick shot. I mean, Isaiah Evans gets it and just puts it up. It is going up. Crazy. Duke by 7 with 2:04 to go. Run him off the 3-point line. Run him off the 3-point line. Ray over. 3-pointer there for Florida State. No. Rebound. Florida State. Oh, Jones almost forced the foul. Here's McCray again. This will be a 2 if it go. Okay, no, they're going to go outside for 3. Oh my God, they're going to give him 3 free throws? Come on. Wow, man. Where's the foul on this? What? Where's the foul? Oh, he missed the first. I mean, the ball don't lie. Yeah, it's one of the most exciting comebacks. It is actually. I actually almost turned the game off. It was like so bad. I've never done that to a Duke game, but that one I almost turned off. 1 of 3 at the free throw line. Okay. So we're up 6. Are we going to burn clock here? If you burn the clock and score to put yourself up 8, boy, Florida State's in a lot of trouble. Get it down to Gungba. Gungba with the turnaround. Oh, that'll be out. So all we did was burn clock. And that's, yeah, not good. So we have 60 seconds left here. Florida State. Oh, that's a deflection. I thought it was going to end up in Duke with Duke. Oh, my God. The 3 on the way. Of course it goes. My God, man. The lucky bounce keeps it with Florida State. And because we didn't score on the other possession and it was just a turnover, that is now with only a 3-point game instead of 5. We could still do it here, though. You score here and make it a 5-point game. It's a lot of trouble for Florida State, but you got to score. I don't really care about running it all the way down. You just have to score. Now Boozer. Boozer with a turnaround. He's going to force it up. He will. He'll get called. Yes, he will get the foul call. Wow. Now you got to make the free throws, though. Yes. So the adventure at the free throw line continues. You got to make at least one. Yeah, it's a foul on 10. It's a foul on Jones. You got to make at least one. Both. I mean, preferably both. Oh, okay, there's the first. Sarr checks in. It's interesting. And Brown comes in. I was going to say, I feel like we want Malik Brown in the game right now. Yeah, and they do bring him in. So they bring in offense for defense here as Gungba takes a seat and Caden takes a seat. And he made them both. All right, so that's what we needed. 26.6 seconds here. Florida State needs a quick 3. They're actually going to call a timeout. 24.7. All right. The thing is, though, if you take and miss the 3, it's over. If you take and make 2, you can extend the game and then like go for a free throw shooting competition, which Duke has been good in today, but traditionally not so good. So you could force Duke into a free throw contest. If I were Florida State, I would probably do that. I'd go for a quick 2, maybe try to get fouled. Because for Duke, you need one stop. You need one stop to ice the game. "26 points from Isaiah Evans today is a career high. I did not know that. We needed all of them, though. Light defense on the inbounds here. McGee for 3. Oh my God, man. Incredible. I mean, good on Evans to not foul him, but like, what else are you going to do? Have to give the foul. Give it to Evans. What? Why would you not foul Cam? Wow, why would you not foul Cam Boozer, man? That is a questionable decision. Wow, because Evans is the best free throw shooter, and he's got to make both here. So, like, this is who we want taking the free throws. Boy, people who have been giving the points betting against the spread on Duke have been making hay, man. And Evans made them both. That's exactly what he had to do. So now 12.4 seconds. Florida State does have one timeout. Inbound here. They're going to run out of timeout again. All right, 9.6. Oh, well, here it goes again. Let's see if they run a similar play. Hey, at least we hit 4 free throws down the stretch. It's huge. I mean, I can't complain about the free throw shooting today. That's one thing we cannot complain about. Still just clinging on to a 4-point lead. I mean, you just cannot foul, right? Because you cannot do what happened in the Notre Dame game and like give away the 4-point play for Florida State to tie it. We were gifted one earlier where Florida State only went 1 of 3 at the free throw line after fouling on a 3-point play, but we cannot foul. The interesting one would be to foul as soon as Florida State inbounds. Because then they could only shoot 2. And then you just kind of go back and forth. I don't know, maybe. Every ACC team is going to punch in the mouth. I mean, especially on the road, man. Road games in the ACC. I mean, we saw Carolina go down. Florida State has no timeouts here. McCray again. Oh, couldn't get it. Nice. Duke with the rebound. Sorry, McGee, rather. McGee again for 3. McGee, McCray. Looking at the last few games, it appears that they won at Michigan State and forgot to take their defense when they left. Yeah, they left the defense in East Lansing, Nick. Yeah. Caleb Foster at the free throw line for 2 and made the first. It had to hit the rim 3 times, but it went down. And we can make this a 6-point game here if we hit this one, and he does. So Duke with a spectacular free throw shooting today. Florida State finds themselves down 6 with 4 seconds, 5. Just let them take it. And that'll be it. All right. Wow, just hanging on for dear life. All right, folks. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I'm going to go take the dog out on a walk and then enjoy the Seahawks-Niners later today. We will see you on Tuesday for the big game against Louisville. That's a big game on the road. We'll see how our Blue Devils manage to stack up. As Nick said, the free throws appear to be fixed, at least for today. The 3-point shooting was also pretty good. I mean, 44%. Florida State shot 47, but like... that's a defense problem. That's not an offense problem. So, or at least on the offensive end, our threes and our free throws, at least shooting from the line, seem to be pretty good. Anyway, all right. So that's going to be it for us. Isaiah Evans with a career high 28 points today. Spectacular game from him. Cam Boozer finishes with 17, 5 rebounds. Does he get the double-double with assists? No, he had only 9 assists. It was close. We had also Dame Sar and Caleb Foster with 13 and Pat Gungba with 18. 5 Blue Devils in double figures, having to put up 91 points to beat a really game Florida State team. Really just game. I mean, they just did not go away. 87 points for Florida State, and yeah, that was tough. Pesky Florida State team. Uh, McRae with 22, Wiggins with 22. They had great outings, and McGee with 17, and Somerville with 10. Wow, man, freaking crazy. All right, that's it. We're gonna call it. We'll see you all on Tuesday night for the game against Louisville. Thank you very much, and take care, y'all. As always.